I've just got this dead body in the back. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Ripper? I guess the classics never go out of style. Yeah, let's go with that. He sighs. Not my title. That's what the Seattle Press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. Delicious, a trophy hunter? No. What prize did the Ripper take from Sam? Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. His liver? I mean, we did establish that he did drink a lot, so... how about the other lucky contestants? The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had his spleen removed? Dredson, get out here. Oh, it's McCluskey. I remember this guy. I'm here about the new Ripper victim. Can't move the camera. There you go. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of Central Casting. If you ignore the tusks and pointed ears and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. I thought that was supposed to be a comma, but it wasn't, and I was like, wait, what? So this is the new Ripper Vic. Watts. Name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. He chortles. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dredson. Give me something to work with here. This Ripper case is my ticket to the lieutenant's badge. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic that removes a single internal organ while they are still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. Has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy too. So I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon. Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days, it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. No damn help, dwarf. He is a coroner. He works on deassembling bodies, not police cases. The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You note his superhuman power of observation. Heyo! Who the hell are you? I'm new in town. New to the welcoming committee? None of your business, lumpy. I can't say that. I'm not strong enough to say it. Let's go with I'm new in town. You the welcoming committee? If you're new in town, then let me be the first to tell you that I run the show. If you get in my way, you'll end up here back on a slab. He looks back at the dwarf. Dredson, get me more. I am putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. What an asshole. People are dead and he's like, yeah, I need my promotion. Fuck everything else. I picked up a basic medkit. I can touch Sam. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet. His face an ashen white. For the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest there's a small pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. A business card? Moving things around, you can make out it's a card from the place called the Seamstress Union. There's something handwritten in the back, but blood has made it ineligible. The cred stick, which is I'm assuming where you hold money, like a wallet. It's a standard cheap unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. Yeah, let's take it. 300. You stole the credit stick into your you slot it into your PDA. 300 yen is added to your account. The purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing and blood has thoroughly soaked it. The bag sloshes a bit and in your hand. Look at the handwritten note. Yeah, let's read it. You can only see a part of the note, given the torn off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we have been long. To say I'm sorry. See you there, love, Jessica. Alright. I feel terrible that we are arguing. Something. We have been together long, I'm assuming. Something to say I'm sorry, see you there. Can I continue to look at him? Hold on. I guess I'm done. I've exhausted all my options. Dredson looks amused. Do you always make friends that easy? Yeah, I'm great at dinner parties too. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm gonna return the favor. Job's a job. I'm gonna bring this killer justice, at least street justice. Let's go with the top one. Sam was cool. In the 2 minutes we met him. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey. I'm gonna butcher his name, but he's an asshole, so who cares? Isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 nuin a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. The take? Dredson pauses, considering. You have honor after a fashion. I tried to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do you for? On take? Who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and his wallet. Sam's mother explained. The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in the sentence? My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there was an unusual bruising on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of new ones, but individual organs? Not much as anymore. What with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ grinders only deals in recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky, though, and they don't care where the bodies come from either. Ever heard of the Seamstress Union? It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlifes. You'd probably like it. Yeah, I would. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done here. Plus, the dead are just easier to get along with. I can relate to that. Not the dead part, but not the going out part. I can relate to hanging out with dead people. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, really. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible some of the slimmer chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose. I wouldn't know where to look. I just need to know one thing. Where was he killed? Dredson looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around this body blockers in the back and see what you find anything useful? Okay, I'll go do that. Do you know where the murder site is? Not. Let's just do it. He's been nice to us. I think we got a few pop-ups. Some karma points, I think. The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Whoa, easy there. It's Jake Armitage? I'm just gonna call him Jake. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into the temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Sorry, I didn't expect you to be so alive. Yeah, with that. Yeah, Dredson thinks he's pretty funny. You're not the only person he's pulled this one on. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I noticed you haven't killed me yet, so that's good? If you weren't after me, then what's your story? The last Ripper victim, did you know him? Sam, huh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together right every now and then, over at the Union. Decent enough guy, always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is this lady cool? Yeah, she's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help her out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me, man. Or volunteering me. There you go. Don't know why I added the man. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alright, the name's Jake, and you are? Call me Bill. Nice to meet you. It sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right, I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstress Union that night. Tripped out and rowdy. I've been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Miss Kabuto, I think it's Kabuto, asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. He winces. Damn. Maybe I need some soy after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now what's wrong with this intestines? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dredson continues his work. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat corp bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers. Thought they could turn a quick profit on my head. Jake smiles. And you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Obviously, he's still alive, isn't he? Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him. Until he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in his place. Oh, my last stay in this place. Okay. You've done this before? Anything else? I know they found his body a block away from the Union, just lying there in broad daylight. That's the Barons for you. Jake looks down, his expression masked by a chrome and crimson glasses. Shame, though. Wish I'd been there, if those slagging gangsters hadn't come along. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. The leader's got the whole gang searching the Barons for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night. Trust me. Jake eyes you up and down. And maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? It's nice to have someone watching your back out there, assuming you can trust them. I don't fight for free, I fight. I get paid in new and not tours. I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Yeah, let's go with the trusting. I have some trust issues in case you didn't get the flashback. I get it. Gotta be careful in this trade. I'm not one to go back on a deal, though. John can vouch for that. Plus, you know where I'm hiding out, right? Doesn't leave me a lot of room to sell you out. What do you say? Oh, that's... okay. Count me in. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with the Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers. But this street and the Barons is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. He yells over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So you need a weapon? Shit, what did I go with? What did I pick? SMG. SMG. Happen to have an SMG with you? Spray and pray. Fair enough. Take this. It's a little beat up, but it works. So, you ready for an evening out in the town? Tell me more about these gangers first. Well, they're one of the nastier gangs in this town. Their symbol is the flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't like their version of trick-or-treating very much. Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners and the Barons looking for me. We take them out, and maybe I can breathe a little easier. Alright, I'm ready. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you. Yet. I almost forgot what item I had. Or what weapon I was using. Because we started off the game throwing magic out. So I just sort of like forgot that I had anything else.